I'm Sureka. I'll be talking about very interesting subject called Introduction to Organizational Behavior. It is a combination of two different words. One is organization, another one is behavior. So it has many implications to it. I have to tell you for introduction purpose in this basically how people behave in organization, why do they behave differently, how do we control, prevent, predict their behavior. Let me start first with what is OB, that is organizational behavior. Let's see, we can relate organization with work, behavior with actions. So we can conclude that action of people at work is OB. So OB is the field of study that researches the action of people at work. Now, Stephen P. Robbins defines organizational behavior as a systematic study of the actions and attitude that people exhibit within organization. Now, what was the need of organizational behavior? Because you also understand people behave differently when they are at work and when they are at home. We have to understand what are the factors affected OB. There are three levels of study of organizational behavior. The study of individuals in organization, which is also known as micro level. The study of work group is meso level. How the organization behave, that is micro level. Hence, there are three levels of study of OB. Now, let me define the OB once again. See, there are two things. One, human behavior. The second is organization. And the third thing will be the interface between the human behavior and the organizational settings. Hence, we define OB as the study of human behavior in organizational settings, the interface between human behavior and the organization itself. I think the definition is very clear. Now, let me talk about the formal and informal organization. What is formal organization? The formal organization is a system of well-defined jobs, each bearing measures of authority, responsibility, and accountability. Next, features of formal organization. It is deliberately designed by the top management. It places more emphasis on work to be performed than interpersonal relationship among the employees. It specifies the relationship among various job positions and the nature of their interrelationship. It lays down rules and procedures essential for achievement of objective. Efforts of various departments are coordinated, interlinked, and integrated through the formal organization. Next, what is informal organization? It is a network of interpersonal relationships that arise when people associate with one another. So, what are the features of informal organization? Originate from within the formal organization as a result of personal interactions among employees. The standards of behavior evolve from group norms, independent channels of communications without specified direction of flow of information or developed by group members, emerges spontaneously and is not deliberately created by the management. Now, the next thing is there are three elements of OB. First is it is an investigate study of individuals and groups. Second is the impact of organizational structure on human behavior. how the organizational structure is, how the organizational policies are, the impact of all these things on human behavior. And the third thing is the application of knowledge to achieve organizational effectiveness. Whatever the conclusions we derive, the knowledge of that will be applied to get the organizational effectiveness. Let me discuss the fields which contribute organizational behavior. The first is psychology. What is psychology? It is the applied science which express the human behavior in a particular situation, and it also predict the action of individual. So psychology directly related to organizational behavior. Sociology, which tells the impact of culture and group behavior. Political science. How is political science related to OB? Because all organizations have to abide by the government rules. Hence, it is related to the political science. Social psychology. It is the blend of sociology and psychology to achieve what? To achieve a better human behavior. Hence, social psychology is related to organizational behavior. The next field is anthropology. It is relating to human activities in various culture and environment framework. Pay attention to the word various culture. Now, anthropology is more relevant to organizational behavior these days. All the organizations work with the people from different country and different culture because of the globalization. The last field is economics. Economics is relevant to organizational behavior because it deals with the allocation of scarce resources. These are the fields which contribute to organizational behavior, that is psychology, sociology, political science, social psychology, anthropology, and the last one is economics. Now we will study the characteristics of organizational behavior. First characteristic is that it has the large size. Why? Because it employs 100 or 1000 of employees. So OB deals with large size. Organization, which is the identifiable aggregation of human beings. But it is not a random aggregation, it is an identifiable aggregation of human beings. All the human beings or the employees are recruited with a conscious and planning according to their need in the organization, their requirement in the organization. Human resources. It deals with the interaction of human resources. Complexity, as it involves huge investment and complicated technology. Hence, organizational behavior is complexity. Conscious rationality. It means that organizations are developed, created deliberately and consciously. Employees are promoted, hired, recruited, whatever consciously according to their performance. So it deals with the conscious rationality. Next is pattern of behavior. OB deals with the study of pattern of behavior. Psychological industry. OB deals with the psychology of human beings. Hence, it's the characteristics of organizational behavior. Role of OB. It helps in making effective organizational structure. It helps in defining authority, power, and status of an employee. It helps in making groups and also in motivation, in leadership, in conflict management, in organizational development, in control, in project selection. Thank you.